Hey everybody, the following is an excerpt from an interview with Jeron Moore and Eric Buchholz of Zelda Reorchestrated concerning their upcoming album Twilight Symphony, a reorchestrated version of music from The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. You can find more about their project at creomusic.com. And if you want the full version of this interview, including an exclusive full-length preview track from Twilight Symphony, be sure to check out the podcast at 8bitx.com or search for Radio Free Gamer on iTunes. Thank you very much.
ZREO, it's a fantastic fan project that basically Sam Ferrara, FireGS, started several years ago, and we basically take our love for classic Zelda tunes and pour that into reimagining and realizing them on a grander scale. Basically, the way we may have wanted to hear them in the game in the first place, rather than just on a through onboard MIDI rendering, depending on the console. So you'll hear, where there's supposed to be trumpets or strings or, pizzicato strings or harps or, any kind of acoustic instrument, you're going to hear those things, and it's going to come across, hopefully more epic and more full.
So why Zelda in particular?
Well, Zelda
Eric?
has just been one of our favorite video game series that we've really fallen in love with since we were just starting playing video games, and the music is just something that really that we really just fell in love with, and we started creating this project. FireGS, Sam Ferrara, is the mastermind behind the whole thing, and we just got behind his following and joined the cause.
To me, I know, compared to a lot of the games in the past, like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, A Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, Twilight Princess kind of hasn't gotten the same amount of love from those hardcore Zelda fans and from gamers in general. So do you feel maybe you want to do it some justice in this Twilight Symphony project?
I think, well, first of all, I've been playing Zelda since day one. The original game came out in '86. I was born in '85. I think I started playing it when I was 6 or 7 years old. So I still vividly remember holding that gold cartridge in my hands and thinking it was the most amazing thing in the world. And so I've followed all the games ever since then. And Twilight Princess was my favorite game of the franchise is Link to the Past. And I know there are a lot of fans out there that really like Ocarina of Time. I think it just, it's dependent on who, how old you are and kind of where you got into the franchise. But I felt like Twilight Princess took the best of both A Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time, and just smashed it together and created a whole new thing. And for me, as a music enthusiast in both film scores and video game music, Twilight Princess delivered for me what was the most mature and thematically developed Zelda score to date. Unfortunately, there was a lot of expectation built up around how it was going to actually be integrated into the game, and there was some early discussion on it being performed live and recorded live with an orchestra. And I guess due to time constraints and budget, they ended up not doing that. So I think a lot of people were disappointed that the quality of the music didn't reach the quality of the visuals. Our goal with Twilight Symphony and with realizing the music from Twilight Princess is to kind of shed some light on what everyone may have missed or may have underrated, because it's really fantastic music, and we're really enthusiastic about it, and it's something we want to share and kind of spread the love to everyone else with.
What kind of emotions do you feel that this conveys, and like maybe what types of instrumentation or have you used to help kind of convey those emotions, or what techniques have you used to convey kind of to tell the story and convey those emotions?
One thing that we want to relay to the fans and kind of get across is that we're not trying to really reinvent it. We're not trying to change or really, I don't know, perfect what was already done. I mean, I guess in a way we are, or we think we are, but we don't want to put ourselves on a pedestal like that, because we have a lot of respect, admiration, and love for the original composers on the project, and especially for Toru Minegishi and Koji Kondo, who've given us a lot of great music. And so what we're really trying to do is pay homage and tribute to their original work, and maybe at least attempt to put ourselves in the spirit of what they did, and expand on it in a way that may have not, I don't know, the scope of the original game, whether it been budget or just what they were originally asked to do, didn't exactly encompass. This is really for people who played through the game, and like we all do, we play a Zelda game or a Mario game or Final Fantasy, and we hear the music and we love it, but it kind of goes through a filter in our brain where we're like, wow, this is really great stuff. And while some people can't always appreciate video game music, we can, because we hear the potential of what it could be if ratcheted up to the next level. And so that's what we're trying to do, is ratchet it up and really realize it in a way that our imaginations process it.
Okay, I think there's definitely that appeal. I suppose it gains from getting that transformation that things, concert series like Video Games Live or Play do, and I've had a great amount of success with, where they take the video game music and they perform it with an orchestra. They kind of they take it to the next level, as you said, and kind of realize its, I hesitate to say full potential, because for a lot of people out there, flaws and everything, that kind of gives video game music its own identity, its own character, like, niche. Yeah, you're right. So do you think it's necessarily a drawback that they have these technological limitations?
I think it forces them to think out of the box sometimes. And that's why we get a lot of the great stuff that we get. Sometimes having too broad of a palette makes someone lazy. And so, I think a lot of the time, that's maybe where Koji Kondo came from, is he was really forced to be inventive and use the tools at his disposal to come up with, arguably what have become some of the catchiest and most popular musical themes in video gaming. And so, but that said, we all know that Koji has a huge love for live ensembles, jazz ensembles. I know he aspires to go toward the orchestra. He got a chance to do that with Mario Galaxy and Mario Galaxy 2 in kind of a hybrid sort of way. And I think we're going to see some of that in Skyward Sword. But that said, we're not trying to over-embellish what's already there. We're definitely embellishing, but not over-embellishing, because, some of the simplicity of the music from Twilight Princess is beautiful, and really we're trying to bring that to life in a more acoustic fashion that's not quite so synthetic.
Mm-hmm. Trying to just put your own,
and really just make it real.
You have a Kickstarter project to help fund getting a chorus to perform, a live chorus to perform on this album. So what do our listeners need to know to find out to find that Kickstarter project? Kickstarter, by the way, is a site where you can go and donate to awesome projects like this, they only every project has a goal, and they only take the money if at the end of the drive the project reaches its goal. So that's just kind of a little bit of background info on Kickstarter. But anyway, what do they need to know to find out the Kickstarter project, to go to your homepage, all those sorts of things?
Yeah, if you go to zreomusic.com, you can find a link to our Kickstarter page, and that is we're going to constantly be keeping a little widget on our homepage showing people what the progress is. We launched this last Tuesday, and in less than a week, we have 38 days more to go. But in less than a week, we've reached over 30% of our total goal, which is amazing. We've got 155 backers right now, and out of a $18,000 goal, we're at $6,300. It's kind of overwhelming, and it gives us a lot of hope that we might actually accomplish this and be able to pull this, really pull this off. If we do, it's gonna be an amazing experience. Basically, why we want to record a choir. The samples and some of the live instruments that we're recording are really convincing, and especially the live instruments. They should be, because they're real. We're really doing a hybrid of both the. Sorry, my cat's about to walk on the keyboard. She wants to be a part of the interview. It's really a hybrid of both live and sampled instruments, and we're getting a lot of realism out of it. But the thing that never comes across quite as convincingly is choir, and so in some cases, if it's buried in the mix, it's gonna sound good, and sampled choirs are sounding better and better all the time. But in terms of actually being able to do lyrics and just the expressionism in the human voice, it's really the only real way to do it is with a live choir. And so I've been in discussions with a recording engineer. His name's John Kurlander. He's best known for recording the orchestra and choir for The Lord of the Rings with Howard Shore on the Peter Jackson trilogy, and he also back in his heyday, or I guess he's probably in his heyday now, but back in his early days, he was one of the recording engineers on the Beatles' Abbey Road album.
Nice.
At Abbey Road. He, and along with a gentleman named by Tim Davis, who is the vocal contractor and arranger and vocal coach on Glee, who's had a lot of experience conducting and contracting choirs for projects, in film and TV. I've kind of been entertaining discussions with them, and they're really fascinated by the project. So, should we be able to reach our goal? I think those are two guys that I would like to approach and have involved with trying to really accomplish the scope of what we want to accomplish. So, pledges are greatly appreciated, and it's something that I think, there are a lot of fans who are wondering, why we want to take it to this level. And, some people are, getting impatient or don't really understand why we can't just do it the way we've done it in the past. And that's just kind of the homebrew method on our computers. And really, ZREO is founded around a bunch of guys who have aspirations in their career and have ambitions. And this is definitely a project where they get to do something they love, but it's also a launching pad for them to explore and experience and get to do new and exciting things and kind of gain more experience, which is why we open it up to new people. So if you're interested in becoming a part of the team, definitely get in touch with us. Yeah, the choir, it's something we've never done before, and it's something that'll make the project a million times better. So we really hope we can raise the money and get this out to you guys in top fashion.